Welcome back to the channel, guys. Got a good one for you today. Today I'm bringing you one of my subscribers. His name is Oliver. He comes all the way from Canada. He's been here for several weeks now, and he's going to give you his opinion on the Philippines. So without further ado, to my champions, you guys are the best in the world. If you had not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Let's get to Oliver. Introduce yourself, Oliver.
Oliver from Canada. I've been here since January, but this is my second time in the Philippines. I was here in 2019 for 1 month, and I traveled a lot. The first time I was here, I was in Makati, Manila, Tarlac City, Baguio, San Jose, La Union, Siargao Islands, and then COVID hit, so it cut my traveling short, cut my vacation short, so I had to go back to Canada. And I was thinking about coming back ever since, but COVID kept going and going and going, so it delayed it for like a few years, and now finally I'm back. And on my first trip, I wanted to see Cebu, and I didn't get a chance to come, so I said, you know what, instead of landing in Manila, I'm going to land in Cebu, and then we'll just take it from there. And so before booking my flight, I was on YouTube, like most people who want to travel here, and I was just looking for vloggers and videos about Cebu, Philippines, or things like that, and I found you. And so I remember watching a video on the condo tower called 38 Park.
Yes.
In IT Park here in Cebu City, and it looked great. It looked fantastic, and I said, you know what? That's it. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna find a place there. And then I was watching videos of people walking around in IT Park.
Uh-huh.
And it looks so convenient, and everything's modern, everything's so nice and clean, and I said, it's perfect. I mean, let's just go there, and then we'll see what happens. And so I've been here since January. It's been 5 months already.
5 months. Now, what brought you here? What kind of decisions did you come to bring you to Philippines to live?
Well, it was not like a sudden, impulsive decision on my part. It's been something that I've been thinking about for a very long time. Leaving Canada has been something that I've been planning for like a decade, I guess.
It's a long time.
Or maybe even longer than that. So I just turned 46 last week. So I've been planning my retirement for a very long time, since my mid-20s, I'd say.
Okay.
So I retired very early. I'm very fortunate that I was able to do that. And a lot of people are not able to do that.
Exactly.
But I've never been married, no children, so there was nothing holding me back like in Canada. I mean, of course, I have family there. I love them very much. My mom, my brother, and my dad. But we're a very small family. I don't really own a business. I own real estate.
Okay.
But I'm in the process of selling that. So I'm here, 100% here. And so I don't know, there was a lot of things that were kind of bothering me about living in Canada and the quality of life, especially after COVID. After COVID, everything kind of changed, and it really worsened. Like, it got a lot worse.
Okay.
Quality of life, especially in Canada and Montreal, it got pretty bad, actually. And the cost of living is so high, and the quality of services and the quality of everything in general, it's just simply, you don't get your money's worth anymore there.
I got you.
You really don't. I can make a very, very easy comparison. Canada and here in Cebu, right?
Okay.
McDonald's is pretty much this. Okay, the menu might vary slightly. We don't have fried chicken and rice in Canada, right, on the menu.
U.S. as well.
Right. So, but they have the Big Mac. They have the Quarter Pounder with cheese. What we have, everywhere in the world you can find that, right? In a McDonald's. But the problem in Canada is that it's a very, very large country with a very small population, and ever since COVID, they've had a lot of problems staffing places like that, because the wages are so low and the cost of living is so high that it's simply not a job worth having.
I got you.
Right? You have to have like 2 to 3 jobs just to break even, or just to be able to pay your rent and your food and your gas.
Okay.
Because the cost of living is very high. So they're struggling to staff those places. So every time you want to go to a McDonald's in Montreal, I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, there's a huge lineup. There's a very long wait because they're understaffed, right? And
Correct.
so they're under so much pressure to serve all these clients, and they're constantly understaffed that they're burnt out. They're burnt out. They're fed up with their jobs. They're extremely tired. So of course they're going to be ruder. They're going to be less patient, and also the quality of the service is not as good, right? Because they're not as you can't find staff. They're not available.
Right.
They're spread so thin, and then by the time you actually get served, 50% of the time your order is wrong, and the thing is just thrown in a box. You open it up and it's just a greasy mess, right? And like a simple combo, like a quarter pounder with cheese with fry and drink is like $16-17 with tax.
Wow.
Canadian.
Yeah.
So if I had to convert that to pesos, it would be something like 700, 800 pesos.
Okay, so about $11 compared to $17.
No, here the same combo is like 300 pesos.
Oh, that's right, 300 pesos. So yeah,
Like
so
not
it's a huge
even
difference.
280 something like that. Sometimes, right?
So about $6, $5, $6
It's
compared
even less
to that.
than that.
Yeah.
So it's like for a fraction of and here you have the opposite situation. Like
Correct.
here the McDonald's is overstaffed. It's overstaffed. You have
Yes.
like 25 employees. I don't know how many people are in the kitchen, but in the front you have somebody staffing the register. You have people cleaning up. You have people mopping at all the time.
Yeah, so it's a
And-
big difference to you.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. And if you need somebody, they're right there. You can ask them for help. You can ask them for, hey, can I get an extra this or whatever you may need, and the service is fast, and you pay a third of the price, and when you actually open up the thing, it's not. It looks like the picture.
Instead
It's
of what,
nice. It's neat.
yeah.
It's better quality. Like you get better quality for a third of the price and faster service.
Now, how did you, just so we get back, how did you choose Philippines from the very get-go, or did you do a lot of research in other countries?
No. I did a lot of research for other countries, and for a long time I considered Japan, Vietnam, Indonesia was kind of, but I wasn't sure because, well, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of Muslims in Indonesia. I have nothing against Muslims, but I'm Christian. I've been brought up Christian, so there might be like a clash, and maybe like finding a partner there might be more difficult.
I understand.
And Malaysia was never really, Cambodia was never really on the map for me. It was mostly Vietnam, Japan, Philippines. Yeah.
So how did you choose the Philippines as that one stop?
In Canada, I met a Filipina, and we dated for about 6 months. And although we were not like a perfect match for each other, and it only lasted 6 months, but I thought she was the nicest, kindest, most caring, most loving girlfriend I've ever had. And it actually, it broke my heart to end it with her. Yeah, she was pretty sad when it happened, but whatever. My life was very complicated then. I was a young man, and there was a lot of things going on, and so maybe I wasn't ready for that. But yeah, actually, it stuck with me.
That gets to the next topic then. Now that you've talked about you dated a Filipina when you're in Canada,
Yeah.
how is dating life here for your first 5 months here in the Philippines?
You can't compare.
Can't compare.
No, you can't compare.
So let's do some scales here. So if you're in Canada, when you're looking at if you're doing a rating scale of 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, where would you put Canada, for example?
Oh boy. Well,
You're not gonna hurt anybody's feelings, I don't think.
no. But well, I haven't dated in Europe or like any other countries. I've only dated in Canada and
So that's what I'm saying.
here.
Compared to Canada, what would you rate
so I
Canada?
can only compare Canada
Correct.
and Philippines. You can't compare. Like it's like a 1 and a 9.
So basically a 1 in Canada and a 9 here
Yeah.
out of 10.
Well, so I had relationships in Canada. I didn't have problems dating, and they were all fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about the girlfriends that I like. Some guys might complain, feminism is ruining women in the West, and blah blah blah. That didn't really. It was never really an issue for me, but it's just the choice, like the amount of Canada's a small country, right? So, and also it's an aging population. It's a quite old population. People that haven't, they're not really making kids. They haven't been having kids for quite a while now, for a few decades. And the
Okay.
same thing is happening in Japan and South Korea and in Great Britain and a lot of those countries, right?
Correct.
So they depend a lot on immigration just to keep their population stable or growing.
Yep.
But if you can Google it, like the Philippines, their breakdown by demographic age by group,
Yep.
by age group, I think 40%. I think it's like 38% to 40% of Filipinos are aged below 30. So
Wow.
you have a very, very big chunk of the population that's aged in their 20s right now.
Okay.
It's like a baby boom. It's like they had their baby boom. What happened in the West, in Canada, and in the U.S. in what was it, the 50s?
Correct.
After the war, it happened here. It had happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, like
That's a big benefit. Like a
yeah, you
benefit
walk
coming
around
here.
and all you see is like 20, 25, 26-year-old young, beautiful women. So the the availability you can't compare. And
Okay.
and also there's a lot of other things. It's like the culture is different. The upbringing is different. The values are different. They're way more religious here. They're Christian also. Some are Catholic, some are Christian. There's Muslims as well, but they're mostly Catholic and Christian here. So these are like values
You're looking for.
that I'm looking for, and that I want somebody from the same background, same beliefs, and they speak English. So all this combined is, I don't know, in my opinion, it's the perfect place.
I gave an analogy regarding the dating here, and the dating here reminded me of my grandparents. My grandfather and my grandmother were married for 73 years. They didn't believe in divorce, and relationships were built differently back in the younger ages of the U.S. And so that's how I look at the Philippines. I think that the women here are more like my grandmother.
Yeah,
Just to give kind of an analogy.
absolutely.
All right, now you're here living, been here for 5 months. Where are you staying?
38 Park, I'm still there.
38 Park. How you
Yeah.
like it?
I love it. It's nice. It's clean. But the gym is a little bit small,
Too
in
small?
my opinion, and the pool also is a little bit small. It can get crowded at times, and it's a little bit on the expensive side. I'm not gonna lie. In IT Park, there are cheaper options.
How much you paying now at 38 Park?
34K a month
For a one bedroom or a studio?
a studio.
For a studio, okay.
Yeah.
Now you know my old unit in 38 Park's being rented to Mark, one of my friends,
Okay.
and he's paying 25 for a studio there. So it's, just so you can
25 is good.
keep your eye out in case you
Yeah,
hear from
25
someone.
is good. Yeah.
And
34 is a little bit on the steep
correct.
side. Yeah.
I'm paying 25 for a one bedroom at Marco Polo.
That's what I'm looking for.
And the difference between a studio, just everybody will know this, difference between a studio at 38 Park, talking about 24 square meters compared to 54 square meters at where I live now. So 300 square feet compared to 600 square feet in size.
No, but yeah, I'm looking.
Did you like it there though?
Yeah,
Other
no,
than the
I love it.
pricing and a
It's,
little bit of,
it's great. It's clean, and the staff is amazing, and it's very well kept. And they do the pest control
Yes.
regularly, so it's amazing. Like I'd say it's like 4 stars.
4 stars, okay?
4 stars. Yeah.
Now you've actually met someone,
Yes, I met someone.
and how's that going?
Fantastic. It's great. I'm walking on clouds.
You see this smile, guys. This is what happens when you come over to the Philippines. You just get these big smiles, and the Filipino people bring it out in you. And again, he's got someone special in his life, and it's bringing him some happiness. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys that come over here are looking for that. So again,
Yeah.
Thumbs up
okay.
to ya.
I know. You didn't ask me the question, but we kind of got here in a way. So yeah, just to elaborate on that is that's the reason why I came here. I wanted to find a wife, although it's maybe a little bit too soon to say
Correct,
to
yeah,
talk
correct.
about that. But it's
hopefully she's not watching.
it's okay. She could watch it. There's no problem with that. Yeah, so we're not there yet. It's still kind of somewhat new, but it's going in the right direction, and this is where we both want that. I can speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure that we both want that. And it's the reason why I came here. I wanted to find a wife, and
The one.
yeah, I wanted to find the one, and I want to start a family, and I want to have kids, and that's the whole plan. That was
Core
the plan.
values, morals. That's what you're, and that's the part that I found hard to find in
Yes.
America. It was all about money and what do you have, and
Well,
I'm not sure how
no.
that's how it was in Canada, but that's how in America it was all about what you had, keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
You're on the rat wheel.
Yeah, but
every day.
you'll find that here as well.
Correct.
Like there's people who are like-minded here as well in the cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We're on the video right now. We're videoing. But anyway, sorry about the interruption, guys. But to get back to this, how have you done any travel since you've been here in the Philippines?
Not really. Well, okay. So not really. I haven't really had the chance to do that because the first 2 months when I arrived here, I had a lot of problems with like banking and credit card. And I lost my cell phone, my SIM card, and then after that, everything it was just one complication after another. So it took me a while to resolve all of that. But once it was all resolved, then I started to like explore and go out and live the nightlife, experience the nightlife and things like that. And I can tell you, if this is what you're looking for, Cebu has a lot to offer. So I came here looking for a wife, right? So when I got here, I told myself, Oliver, stay away from the bars, stay away from the nightclubs and stuff like that, because you're not gonna meet her there.
Correct.
Right? I mean, so I kind of tried to stay away from that, but then I made some friends, and they were like,
let's go.
Yeah, exactly. They were pulling me, and like, let's go. So yeah, I went for like a couple of times. Like I wasn't I wasn't into it that much, but I went a couple of times. We went to some of the clubs. Maybe you're familiar with Agua Club.
I don't go out very
in the
much. I've been to
casino.
like the social and things like that. I've been to.
I've never felt older in my life. It's a very, very young crowd. It's if you're older than 25, you're probably one of the oldest people there.
But you enjoyed it though.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
It was fantastic. But the club is so densely packed. It's like everyone. You're packed like sardines.
Like a rave back in the days. Everybody get their hands up with neon little things on.
You can't really do anything. You can't dance. Everybody's pressed up against you, and everybody's sweating. So you walk out of there, and you're just drenched, and it's not even your sweat. So it's kind of gross. And then we went to another place called Uptown. And if I had to describe Uptown,
I've been there.
It's kind of like, imagine if Tinder was a nightclub.
Yes. Enough said there. I'll go back into that later on. Now, the last thing I want to ask, Oliver, is the pros and cons here in Cebu. A lot of people have different pros and cons when it comes to Cebu City. Some people talk about the roosters, some people talk about the dogs, some people talk about noise, talk about traffic. Can I get your pros and cons as you see it here in Cebu City?
None of those things were a problem. And no, I mean, here in the city, we don't really have the roosters or the dogs. That's
Correct.
more of like a province thing.
Yes.
Everybody has a dog and a rooster in a province. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to live in a province, you're most likely going to get woken up at one point in the morning.
Any cons, though, at all? Do you have anything that you can say is a negative about Cebu?
Cash.
Cash?
Yeah, a lot of places don't take credit cards or like
True.
debit cards and stuff, so you always got to carry cash.
Gcash too, guys. Gcash is taken about everywhere here. So when you get over here, investigate some research into Gcash.
No, but sometimes the Grab, you'll book a Grab and they won't take Gcash.
That's true. That is true. That happens once in a while. So having cash on you is good at all times.
That's about the only annoying thing, because carrying like a bunch of coins with you around every day, I don't know.
What about pros? What kind of pros? We already know you met a wonderful young lady. So that's a big pro, is the dating pool here.
Yeah, it's great.
Any other pros you can think of? But what about food?
Oh, the food is great. But in IT Park, you have restaurants from every country in the world, pretty much.
Okay.
And no, I mean, the variety here it's amazing. It's like Montreal City. Montreal City is like one of those cities in Canada known for their restaurants and the variety of food and the quality of food.
Okay.
This is on par with Montreal, honestly.
Okay.
It's great.
Anything you can think of off the top of your head that you think viewers want to hear about?
No, but I just wanted to touch on traffic.
Okay.
So some people might think it's a con, but it's really not a problem. It's because because they don't really have stoplights or stop signs here, and traffic flows.
Correct.
It flows. So even when you're traveling in like the congestion and like the traffic, the rush hour, you can get it from point A to point B quite quickly. And if you're really in a rush, just hop on a bike, and the bike can just kind of like,
Yep.
yeah, you can like fit in between the cars, and you'll get there even faster. Pros.
Any other pros you can think of?
The
Restaurants
I
are
mean,
pro?
the weather. Everybody knows that.
Weather's
weather's
great.
fantastic. But I mean, if you're somebody who doesn't feel comfortable in hot, or it's not that humid. It's just a little bit humid, I'd say. If you feel uncomfortable in the heat, then maybe it's not for you.
Okay.
But for me, it's fantastic. I feel.
Any
great.
other thing you can think of? Some pros to throw out there to the viewers out there you can think of off the bat?
Everything is relatively cheap.
It's
Everything
cheap.
is relatively cheap.
Cost
I mean,
of living's inexpensive.
cost of living is, but you have to look for it. So the longer you're here, you'll find better and better deals, better accommodations. You'll find cheaper rent. You'll find like really good restaurants. So I'll give an example. There's a place called Rib Shack at
Yes.
Ayala Mall.
One of my
right?
favorites.
If you want to eat lean, right? You're a guy that likes to exercise. I like to exercise. I love the gym and the pool. So I want to make most of my meals just meat and rice, and this is the easiest thing to find here. They love.
And for
their
200 pesos at Rib Shack.
Yeah, it's like 239 pesos. You get
Less than $5, guys.
barbecue pork. Yeah, less than $5. It's like $3 and something. $3.85, 89 cents
Yeah.
Canadian. It's insane. I took a date there once, and it cost me $5.50. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, it's lean. It's good. It's tasty. And it's cheap, and it's so fast. Like the service is so
Very
fast.
quick, yes.
And it's very convenient. It's so close. Yeah, so the longer you're here, you're gonna find the cheap places that serve good food and like cheaper rent. You know what I mean?
As time goes on.
Yeah,
Correct.
you'll find the good deals as time goes on. So in some ways, it just keeps getting better and better and better.
Yes.
So-
Every day gets better for me.
Yeah.
I'm always happy here.
Yeah.
We want to thank Oliver for coming on the channel. We appreciate him coming on. Again, he's a champion. I'm a champion. We're all champions. But again, thank you guys. You guys are the greatest. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you're not subscribed, you like the content, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we both love the Philippines.
Cheers.